In this video, I'm doing a neck fade start to finish. Our starting position will be lever up with the blade closed to lever down with the blade open. This is two separate moves. The first line is made with the lever all the way up, then our second line is made with the lever all the way down. Then we go into our blending phase. We're gonna start off with one of our biggest guards at a 3. And just like we started with the lever up, we're doing the same process here. We're going from the lever up to the lever all the way down. In between, we'll be moving the lever in two different positions. This was the 3 guard. Now we move on to this 2 guard. And repeating the same steps. We start with the lever up, then we work our way to the lever down with 2 stops in between with the 2 guard. So this was the 2 guard. Now we're going to go down in size to a 1.5 guard. Remember, lever up to start with, and we're going to work our way to lever down with 2 stops in between. That's the 1.5 guard. Now we move on to the 1 guard. Same concept, same results. We start with the lever up and we take 2 different lever positions. There's 1. There's 2. And then 3. So in between the lever being up to the lever being down will be 2 different lever positions. And that is with the 1. Now with the 0.5 guard, we're doing the exact same thing as we did with the 3, the 2, the 1.5, and the 1. But this time, we make sure that we stay below the dark area of the fade. Because if we go too high, then we'll have to take the fade higher. And we don't want it no higher than what it is right now. Right now, we're blending out the bottom. And here we go with the naked blade. We'll call it the naked blade because there's no guard on it. So it's just the blade and you flicking the wrist. And it's the same concept. We go from lever up to lever down with 2 stops in between. And in this part of the fade, notice that I'm not utilizing the full blade and mostly each corner of the blade in order to create the blend seamlessly. Now we're going to blend the darker parts of the hair to debulk as well as feather out so that it's not as bunched up in this section. So what I've done is I've taken a 4 guard and I put the lever all the way up and then I fan out and pull away from the hair in order to remove as much weight as possible without taking off too much hair. So I'm going around the ears slightly in order to remove any hangover hairs over the ear from one side to the other. And I'm not going directly into the hair. I'm pulling it away from the scalp. Essentially, this is a blending technique to remove the heavy weight that you see sticking out from this client's head. The same concept that we just did with the purple guard, the foreguard, but this time we're doing a little bit more detail work by blending out this bulky area. Then we're moving down a little bit more to a smaller guard in order to blend the lower portion of this bulky area. This is a 2 guard. So we started with a 4, went down to a 3, then to a 2, and now we're at the 1.5 guard. And doing the same thing. We're just blending it out, not trying to create any more lines, but just tapering out the bulkiness. Now we move on to the shape up. Now that we've gotten our foundation of our fade down, now we move on to using thinning shears, also named texturizing shears. These are the type of shears that makes the blend even more seamless. Our goal is to just debulk and blend the top section of this client's hair into the bottom section. The most important technique in using these thinning shears, texturizing shears, is that you utilize the teeth of the shears to remove the overhang of the very edge of the hair that you're combing up. As you can see, when I put the comb into the hair, I'm not going too far into the length of the hair, just the edges of the hair that's hanging over the fade. As you can see, I chop away just enough to be able to remove a little bit at a time so that I can gauge how much more I need to blend. So it's very important that when you're picking up the hair with the comb, you're only trying to remove the edge of what you're picking up. Nothing more, nothing less. This will help create that blend when it comes to using these shears on fine textured hair. And I thank you for watching. Make sure you're following me on Instagram, but I appreciate you viewing me on YouTube. Until the next time.